Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So perhaps you're one of the lucky ones. You've already downsized to a smaller, more manageable home. And in that process, you got rid of a lot of those things that you don't want, you don't need, and you don't use. And as an example, all the boxes that had been maybe sitting in your basement since the previous move. And you've also continued your decluttering journey because once you moved to that smaller home, you didn't want it to look cluttered. And then also your home feels organized, comfortable, and peaceful, and you like how that uncluttered space makes you feel. But now you're wondering, what else can you edit from your home to make your life even simpler? First, I want to congratulate you for making this big step and accomplishing that so far. I know that you put a lot of work into it, and many hours, and perhaps even a few tears along the way. But for those of you who have not yet accomplished your downsizing and decluttering journey and your goals to live that simpler life, don't get discouraged. Rather, be inspired by this message and these minimalist decluttering tips, because you too can learn how to declutter and live happily with much less. So just remember that clutter didn't appear overnight, nor will it disappear overnight. It's going to take time, energy, and focus on one drawer, one shelf, and one closet at a time. So downsizing and decluttering is a process. It's ongoing, and it's always a work in progress. So there's always that next step or that next level that you can achieve, especially when you understand that living with less improves not only your home and your family life, also your finances, also your stress level. So bottom line, living with less makes room for you to live more and have a higher quality of life. So I have 6 simple tips that will help you have this simple life and help you learn how to continue to edit your home. So what does it mean to curate your home and your life? And it's kind of a funny word. We don't usually use that, but when it comes to editing or curating, it's about being intentional, more purposeful and mindful. It's also about using what you have and only using what you need and what you love. So the 6 tips to curate your home so you can have that simpler, easier life. Number 1 is to develop a minimalist mindset. And that means the less you have, the more you will value what you do have. And when you let that sink in, it's really an important thing to discover. I know when I moved from my very large home, and truly the less I had, the things that I was surrounded with were only those things that I love. So when you develop a minimalist mindset, it allows you to make room for what matters most to you, and more time for your loved ones, and more experiences and more memories. Number 2 tip in terms of how you can curate your home so you can have that simpler life is you use less and reuse more. So the less you have, the easier your life becomes. There's less to clean, less to organize, less to manage, and there's less expense. So making do, that good old-fashioned word, or repurposing and reusing what you already have, is being intentional. It saves time, money, energy, and resources. Number 3 is to create positive habits. So everything you own should have its own home so that you can find it when you need it. Putting it back where it belongs every single time saves time, energy, and frustration. And they're purposeful habits that make your life much easier. And number 4 is to develop regular maintenance routines and schedules. So if you spend just 15 to 30 minutes each day, and some people, are so refined they only take 15 to 30 minutes each week. I'm not quite there yet. But when you spend that time and it's regular maintenance, and you go around your home and you put things back and you take care of things like the junk mail, and then that clutter doesn't build up. And each night before you go to bed, make sure that the counters are cleared off, the dishes are done, the clothes are put away. This is an intentional practice that gives you that peace of mind as you go to bed at night and as you wake up in the morning. Number 5 is keep an out box near the door. This box will serve as a visual reminder to regularly declutter what you no longer want, need, or use. And when you give those items to people who do want them or need them and will appreciate them, it's a purposeful form of recycling. And number 6 is to enjoy the seasonal changes. So when you change your clothes out seasonally from, say, winter to summer, summer to winter, I should say, it's an opportunity to go through those closets and remove those things that you no longer want, that don't fit, and that you didn't wear all that season. And when you donate those clothes and things to people who want or need them, like winter coats, you're being intentional, mindful, and purposeful. And when you learn to declutter like a minimalist, these 6 simple tips used regularly will help you achieve that simpler, more abundant life that you're seeking. And you will save time, money, and energy that can be used on things that matter to you. And once you start implementing these tips, you'll quickly realize how living with less improves not only your home life, your family life, your finances, and your stress level. So I hope that these tips help, and I look forward to hearing back from you. I truly enjoy getting the feedback that this was helpful, and also I learned from you, so tell me what else you're doing that I can then talk about. Thanks so much.